pain was the first thing you felt when you woke up. Your head was practically throbbing, and the bright light of wherever you were didn't help. You took a moment and sat up, looking around at the plain white, featureless void you had somehow been thrown into. You didn't know why you were there at first, but as soon as your eyes adjusted and you took a few deep breaths, all the memories came flooding back. The strange, glitched out freak of a skeleton grabbing you and throwing you through a portal into this place. Nightmare calling out your name as he faded away into nothingness. Who was that? You'd heard of him before, but you didn't remember what his name was. The freaky, glitched out skeleton. You thought for a moment. Was Nightmare alright? Did he know where you were? Was he coming to help you? You sighed and shook your head, standing up in a rather shaky manner as you realized that your limbs were still somewhat bound by the skeleton's blue strings. You were able to pry them off you easily enough, and soon you stood up and looked around. It only took a few minutes of walking for you to hear the voice.
Oh, jeez. I don't know if I should go near them. What if they're dangerous? Oh no. Dear,
You look behind you and see a small figure crouching in the distance, very clearly somewhat afraid of you. But as soon as you tilt your head in confusion, the figure smiles widely and runs up to you, practically tackling you into a hug, even though he barely comes up to your chest.
Oh, thank goodness. I never thought anyone else would come here. Oh, hello. Hi. Are you okay? My name is Sans. Although most people call me Blue or Blueberries, so you can call me that. Are you okay?
The skeleton seems frantic in his mannerisms. He's visibly shaking, and his eyes look hollow almost. Despite the baby blue lights in his eyes, there are dark circles in his cheekbones, and he looks like he hasn't slept in years.
Oh, I see. Well, oh jeez. If you're here, something really bad must have happened to you, huh? Wow. We better go somewhere else before air comes back.
The skeleton looks around nervously and then takes your hand, guiding you to somewhere else off in this wide expanse. As he drags you along, you notice little features about him. The torn-up bandana around his neck, what appears to be slightly dirtied armor on his form, his torn-up boots, and most of all, a little pouch around his hip that seems to glow slightly.
Okay, it's just a little bit further.
It only takes a few minutes for Blue to lead you to his, what can only be described as a shack. It's made out of mishmashed bits and pieces of various things that seem out of place in a wet expanse like this. There's what looks like a little fire pit out at the front, and a little cabinet sort of thing full of unknown items.
Welcome to my humble, very, shabby abode.
Blue laughs nervously and lets go of your hand.
I made this place by finding little bits and pieces of stuff in the void. I guess sometimes when air drags people or things here, some other things get dragged in too. Make yourself at home. There's extra space inside the shack. If I get some more cloth, I'm sure I could set up a little tent for you if you want some space. Oh geez, it's been so long since I've seen anyone. Besides them, of course.
Blue motions to the pouch around his hip.
They've been keeping me company here ever since we got here. Although, honestly, they don't talk to me that much these days, but I think they're just tired and really sad.
Blue sighs and suddenly looks a little dejected before dashing into the little shack.
Come on in.
You enter in through the cloth door as well and see that despite the fact that it's made out of mishmashed bits and pieces of rubble and rubbish, it's rather cozy. There's a few lights on the ceiling, pillows and blankets, some of which are torn up or scattered all around. There's a little block of stone and wood that it seems are being used as a makeshift desk and chair. There's a torn up book as well as a couple of discarded pens and pencils on the piece of stone that it looks like Blue has been writing in.
Go ahead and sit down. Are you hungry? I can make you something to eat.
Blue looks at you with a slightly frazzled expression.
Oh, right, I'm so sorry. I didn't even ask how you got here. Oh.
Blue sits down on one of the pillows and puts his head in his hands.
I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've actually seen another person. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Blue sighs and takes a moment to compose himself.
Whew. Okay. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I guess the isolation is getting to me a little bit. Why don't you sit down and we can talk?
You nod and sit down across from Blue on one of the pillows.
So, what's your name? That's a nice name. Like I said, I'm Sans, but you can just call me Blueberry or Blue. Either one of those works. What happened that brought you here? I've never seen anyone else here besides, well, me and my little friend.
He motions to the pouch around his hip again. You sigh and begin to explain the events of the previous day, assumedly, as well as a few details leading up to that point.
This is a little Oh, I see. So, that nightmare guy that sometimes popped up when my friends and I were on missions is good now? Well, that's great. I'm really glad that he's not evil anymore and that you're his friend. I'm sure he's a really nice person to talk to and stuff now. Wish I was out there to know, though. Oh, my friends. Well, their names are Ink and Dream. They're really nice people. But, a few, I think, months ago, we were on this mission because, Arrow was interfering with one of the timelines and he managed to drag me through a portal. And, you see, this place is called the Anti-Void. I don't know a whole lot about it, but Ink told me what he could. You see, no one can get in here but Error or people who have been here before. Normally, my friend Ink, who's been here before, could get in here, but for some reason it works differently with him because he doesn't really have a soul. See, this place is kind of like a weird storage space, at least the way Air uses it. People with souls seem to be able to travel in and out of here a lot easier than people who don't have them. And my friend Ink doesn't really have a soul. And Dream's never been here before, so... I'm kind of stuck here. Because, unless Air drags Ink through here without hurting him really bad, no one can come to save me. Wait, you know Ink? You've met him before? Oh, you're the person he told me about, that he was going to visit sometimes. He never told me he was going to visit you because of a nightmare. He tells me any of the cool stuff. Oh, that was before you and Nightmare became friends? Actually, since we have a lot of time, why don't you tell me some stories about yourself? I'd love to hear them, especially because I haven't really gotten to hear anyone but myself talk for a while.
You nod a little and begin to explain more in depth what exactly your life has been like for the past few months.
Oh. You're a really kind person, aren't you? I mean, staying friends with him and helping him get better, that is a really nice thing of you to do for him. If Nightmare's okay, I bet he's worried sick about you. Oh geez. Wow. I guess we, both have people who worry about us and don't know how to help find us, huh? Oh, I have my, entire universe. Or at least all the monsters in the underground that I know. My brother's probably worried sick about me. See, how I got here is, well, there was an issue, with my timeline. Something about, the ghost of a human possessing my human friend who was helping all the monsters get out of the underground. Apparently, according to Error, it wasn't supposed to happen or something. So he tried to drag my human friend through to this place, but I grabbed onto their soul before he could, and now I'm here. And honestly, I don't know if my brother or any of my friends are even okay. I hope they are. I really, really hope they are. But I'm not exactly a timeline hopper or an outcode. I think that's what the word is. So I wouldn't know.
Blue looks down sadly and fiddles with the torn end of his glove.
Oh, yeah, right. Food. Are you hungry? I could get you something to eat if you want. Exploring? You really shouldn't go out there. Well, I've been here for months and I'm not saying I know this place very well, but I at least know a basic layout, even if there aren't really any landmarks. But you just got here, right? It wouldn't be safe for you to go out there. Well, I guess that is a good point. You might find something that would help get us out, but... Tell you what, you remember those strings that were wrapped around you when you came here? You wait here, and I'll go get those. Look in the little cupboard outside if you want something to eat. I'll be right back.
Blue dashes out of the shack and outside. You aren't really sure what he's going to do, but you hope it's not anything reckless. He comes back a few minutes later with a bundle of blue strings in his hand, as well as a couple of what look like fish hooks, and what looks like the handle for an old-fashioned kite.
Okay, I figured something out. Goodness, those years of trap building really are paying off now. So, my plan is I tie all these strings together. See, air strings work a little weird. If you put the two ends together, they immediately connect. So I'm going to merge all of these strings together, and then I'm going to tie them to the end of this kite string I found a while back. And then, you can just hold the end of the string, and I can hold the handle for the kite thing, and, you can go out as far as the string will take you, and just follow the string back. Yeah. You are a little taller than me, so you might be able to find things I can't. Plus, I haven't gone out in all directions. This place is really big, and some things tend to just kind of appear, even if air isn't here. I think sometimes they just kind of appear here whenever he destroys a AU. I haven't found anything from my universe yet, though, so I'm confident he hasn't done anything to mine. At least, right now. But yeah, here, just, let me tie the end of the string around your wrist, and you can go out for, I'd say a good long ways.
Blue ties the end of the rope around your wrist and smiles at you confidently.
Okay, I'll keep a firm hold on this kite handle, and you can go out for a walk. If you get hungry or tired, just follow the string back, and you can come back here. I'll fasten this to my belt so that I can use my hands, and I'll set up some more space for you since, well, my shack isn't exactly cramped, but I'm sure you'll want some privacy every now and then, in case you want to just have some alone time.
You nod a little and smile at Blue, thanking him before exiting the shack. You feel the string go taut around your wrist for a moment before slacking, and you begin walking out into the void, unsure of what you'll find.
What the hell did you do to them?
Tell you.